Hey, what is up everybody? This is Rob, and for this video, we're going to talk shotguns. Here's the thing. For a long time, semi-automatic shotguns, they had a reputation. They were picky with ammo, they were maintenance heavy, and under stress, people trusted pump shotguns way more. But semi-automatic shotguns, they're not the same as they were 10, 15, 20 years ago. We have advances in gas systems, materials, and engineering that have made today's semi-autos faster, more reliable, and easier to run than ever. And that's exactly where the Beretta 1301 Tactical comes in. The review isn't just about whether pump shotguns work, they absolutely do. It's about whether modern semi-automatic shotguns, specifically the 1301 Tactical, have matured enough to be a legitimate defensive option. The short answer is they have. So, the Beretta 1301 Tactical, it's a purpose-built defensive shotgun. It's not a hunting gun converted for defense. It's not a competition shotgun detuned for duty. This platform was designed from the ground up to be fast, controllable, and reliable under stress. Some features of the 1301 Tactical. We have an 18.5-inch barrel, a 5+1 or 7+1 capacity, depending on our configuration. It do come with ghost ring sights, but as you can see, I do have a 1X on here. We'll talk more about that later. Picatinny top rail right here, and a very nice lightweight aluminum receiver. But the real story isn't about the size or capacity, it's how the gun runs. At the heart of the 1301 Tactical is Beretta's Blink operating system. The Blink gas system is designed to cycle faster than traditional gas systems, while also reducing felt recoil. This is very important for shotguns, which are known to be pretty recoil heavy. It also does ensure that it does run reliably across a wide range of ammunition. And Beretta actually claims it does cycle 36% faster than other comparable semi-automatics. And while that number, of course it is marketing, the difference in shooting is very real. The action is snapping and smooth and forgiving, even with lighter loads. This is a big reason modern semi-autos have finally earned the trust of the general public. So let's go on the field, let's talk about my 1301 Tactical setup. We'll let the setup speak for itself and focus this review on how the platform performs rather than turning this into a straight up gear breakdown. Alright guys, so this is my 1301 Tactical. So this is a Gen 1, but I did modify a little bit so it can keep up with the Gen 2s. Or I should say the Mod 2. So first off, I do have the Mod 2 foregrip. I really like the grip on it. For me, it's pretty, honestly pretty perfect for what I need it for. Langdon Tactical, the Labyrinth barrel cover to help me not burn myself. And it's actually really good at taking the heat off. Also does have a nice labyrinth pattern on it so that you could route your wiring on it. I do have the Primary Arms SLX 1X. There is a GLX 1X now, but this does the job. I really like having this over a red dot on the shotgun because if the battery dies, I still have an S reticle to use. I do have these side shell carriers. I do have the Mesa Tactical stock on this one. This is the 1301 Tactical, so it did come with it. I do have the Manelli M4 grip on it because for me it was a little bit more comfortable than the stock grip. And underneath, and so if you didn't know, the Mod 2 now has the Beretta Pro lifter. So that means that when you're reloading it, you're not going to get your thumb caught up in the lift. So I didn't want to pay that much money. So I 3D printed a piece that it does the job, the same thing. Saves me about 60 bucks. And then I just have this is a knockoff spring from Sling. Apologies from I forgot where. But it honestly does the job just fine. So let's go ahead and let's load it up. Let's see the capacity. So I'm not going to ghost load it, but I will still put one in the chamber. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you ghost load, you'd have 8. Apologies you guys, that BLM sun was getting me very tired by the time I made this video, so you actually could have fit one more round into the tube. So 7 in the tube and 1 in the chamber, so that's 8 rounds total, or 9 if you did ghost load it. Apologies, let's proceed. I do wish I used mini shells, it would be pretty cool, but they don't have enough power. Even the shells I'm using right now, these are Fiochi Home Defense low recoil buckshot. Sometimes these will not allow me to have last round bolt hold open due to them being lower velocity, but let's give these a run. Not bad at all, guys. Not bad at all. Being that's a semi-automatic definitely does soak up some of the recoil compared to my pump action 590A1. Ah, I love this thing. So on the range, the 1301 Tactical is noticeably different than a pump gun. The recoil is softer and more linear versus a pump shotgun. Follow-up shots, of course, are faster, and there is no interruption in your shooting cadence. You're not cycling the action manually. Your focus stays on the target. This is where semi-autos really start to shine. So let's go over the pros again of the semi-auto shotguns, specifically the 1301. You do have the faster follow-up shots. You do get the reduced recoil impulse while also needing less physical effort required. Okay, no worries about accidentally short stroking the pump while you're in a high stress situation. Just load it up, get a round in there, and keep shooting just like a traditional handgun or rifle. It is easier to also keep the sights on target this way. Of course, you do have a few semi-automatic shotgun cons. They are, of course, a little bit more complex internally. It will, maybe they don't require slightly more maintenance, but for me, I prefer just to keep them more maintained versus my pump action, which is more likely to sit in a safe, unoiled, uncleaned for a bit longer. And of course, they do cost more than a pump action shotgun. Of course, we are seeing a few market changes, so in 5 years that may change. So here is where California changes the conversation with these. Shotguns, both pump and semi-auto, are largely untouched by the kind of legislation that targets rifles and pistols. Because there are no assault weapon classifications for shotguns, such as the 1301. No mag capacity restrictions because it does not have a removable mag, just a tube. Of course, shotguns that do have a magazine do unfortunately fall under some of the compliance rules, so I believe you have to run a fin on them. No featureless requirements, which is also really nice. That's why I'm able to run a pistol grip on this one. And it does make platforms like the 1301 Tactical really appealing. You get modern performance without dealing with constant compliance headaches. Reliability is always a big question with semi-autos. The 1301 has built a strong reputation with law enforcement, competitive shooters, and civilian defenders. As long as you maintain it and feed it reasonable ammunition, it runs and it runs well. I actually run low recoil Fiocchi rounds on this one, and it shoots them just fine. Modern semi-auto shotguns are no longer the gamble they used to be. Beretta's 1301 Tactical does represent how far semi-automatic shotguns have come. It's fast, it's controllable, and it's reliable. And again, in California, offers serious defensive capability without attracting legal complications. If you've written off semi-automatic shotguns in the past, 1301 Tactical is definitely worth a second look. That is why this is actually my main self-defense shotgun. If anyone was to go bump in the night in my house, this is what I'm going after. I'm not grabbing my AR. Am I going to have the handgun first to get to my shotgun in the safe? Yes. But this is the ultimate setup for me in terms of being able to defend my household. Remember, the goal isn't also to be clearing your house, right? This is what's going to be pointed down the choke point, which is a hallway in my household. And when the unfortunate intruder gets to the other end of that choke point, this is what they're going to be facing. Again, I do prefer to use low recoil rounds because, again, with the low recoil, I'm able to control a little bit better. I am 5'5", about 137-ish pounds. I am able to handle this just fine, in my opinion. I can handle a pump shotgun pretty well also, but of course, semi-automatic just a little bit more. I do also run slugs in this one from time to time also, and honestly, they're not even that bad on the shoulder. I put over 100 rounds through the shotgun at once, and I wasn't even feeling that bad by the end of the day. I would definitely recommend, again, having a 1301 Tactical or another semi-automatic shotgun in your arsenal, because to me, they're just invaluable due to the utility. Also, being able to use different ammo types, buckshot, birdshot, slugs, and other types that are out there. So, do look into one, you guys. Let me know. Do you guys have a shotgun, pump action, semi-auto? Let me know. Always down for discussion. This is Rob, and have a good one.